notice the phrase that Victoria used. If you get married, it doesn't necessarily mean you will live happily ever after. And those two words, necessarily mean and happily, are important words. They're what we call adverbs. They add flavor to verbs, they add flavor to sentences. And we need adverbs in English to make our language more exciting. Doug, in the beginning, used a lot of great adverbs. When he used words like totally blank. Totally blank is a wonderfully expressive adverb. He said vastly better. Our clubs are vastly better than all the other clubs. Hear me, Sky. All right. Vastly, much better. Like an adverb, vastly, it gives us an impression of a big space, right? So these adverbs add power to our language. Another one he uses, error-filled. These are really good adverbs to use. We just heard Ben use a great one with Victoria's speech. He said, you ended your speech, and then he comes up with, too quickly. That's another adverb, right? So when we get the nature of these words and understand these words, how to put these words into our language and into our structure, it creates this feeling for our words and our verbs especially. But we need to choose them carefully. And so, for example, Jenny had a great adverb. She said, Ben has improved a lot since he joined TGIF. Do we agree? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, he has. But there are other words we could use, right? Other adverbs. Because a lot is kind of a boring kind of word, right? And because you know that I love verbs, and verbs are the best words, we have to treat our verbs nicely, right? So instead of using boring adverbs, she could have said, Ben has vastly improved. Could have used that same adverb, vastly improved. Or Ben has improved greatly, or immensely, or enormously. Right? It adds flavor to that single verb, improved. So Victoria also was talking about making friends. She's saying you have to make friends. But it's also very bland. I don't like that, and we need to put language and make language alive. So she could have used a fantastic adverb like diligently, and then use a more powerful verb, pursue. Diligently pursue friendships. Not, you have to make friends. No, you need to diligently pursue friendships in this club. Now, our new friend Jacob over here, he used a couple of adverbs. He spoke about his mother. And, he said, my mother was very, 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 very angry. Right? Those are adverbs. But he could have said, my mother was incredibly angry. My mother was enormously angry. Or maybe not that one. But you get this idea, right? You can use different adverbs to make your speeches more colorful. Now, we need to choose the adverbs carefully as well, because Chloe spoke about deeply breath, right? But breath is a noun. Deeply is the adverb. So you need to use the verb for the adverb. So breathe deeply, right? Not deeply breath, okay? Because breath is a noun. So when you're using the language, you really need to say, is this a noun, is this a verb? Jacob made another one where he's talking about his retirement. He said, one day I leave the army, right? But it should be after. After is that correct adverb. After I retired from the army. That's the correct adverb for that phrase. Now, Mark was talking about the mistake he wished he didn't make, right? So he said, I wish I could go back to high school and be more respectful. Now, you could change that, right? To, once again, make those verbs, because be is a boring verb, right? So you can use a verb like treat. Treat my classmates more respectfully. Now you've got a good verb, treat, not be, which is a very boring verb. Treat respectfully, right? By the way, you don't have to treat me respectfully. I don't mind. I'm good. All right. A few other things I want to mention on the language side. Choosing adverbs is very important, but sometimes choosing the language is very important as well. Jacob's wonderful speech, but he used this phrase, he used it also in April as well, like, I catch any chance to speak. I grab every opportunity to speak, right? Catch is also like not a very powerful verb, but grab. It's like I grab something. You know, I grab every opportunity to speak. I see there's a red there, so I'm going to end my language evaluation quickly. General evaluator.